Hi, today on Catherine Learns Stuff, I'm going to walk you through how to make some birthday wall decorations. In this video, I'm going to walk you through how to make them with your Cricut because I didn't feel like cutting out the numbers by hand, but that's also an option. And I'm going to go through how to make two different types so that you can make curtains that you can put on doorways or that you can just put on your walls or on a backdrop. So let's jump in. The supplies that we need to make our birthday number curtain is a whole bunch of paper. I'm going to try to use as much scrap paper as I can because I have a lot of it. I'm going to need some glue. I'm going to need some ribbon. I'm also going to use a little bit of tape. And if you want to make the numbers pop a little bit more, you can use double-sided foam tape instead of glue when putting them together. So I quickly just want to walk you through how to design your numbers in Cricut Design Space if that's the way that you want to go. And I am using the number 10 because it's the 10th birthday. And I'm just going to do a simple 10 here. And if you want to, you can select the number and change your font. I like to use a number that I like to use a text that has like a number 1 that's got the line underneath it. So I'm just going to go to my system fonts and pick out something different that's got kind of what I'm looking for. No, that's not the right one. I do not like how that's looking. And also when you're picking out a number, you want to make sure that the number is a little bit thicker. You don't want it to be too thin in spots, just it makes it more time consuming for cutting, and it also makes it less likely to come out perfect for every cut. And that's a good number there. So I'm going to use this one as my base number. And since I have a double digit number, my numbers are 2 individual characters. And that's why I'm using the number 10 to sort of demonstrate this. If you had one number, you won't need to worry as much about it. But with 2 numbers, it's a little bit more difficult and a little bit more thought is required in it. So I'm going to select my numbers and I'm going to do a offset with them. And Cricut Design Space automatically does an offset here. I'm just going to move this out of the way so we can see my offset here. Now that offset's really big. I'm going to want to make it a little bit smaller so it's not super huge. And now you'll notice here that my offset is still 2 separate shapes. So I'm going to make this just a little bit bigger. And now it's 1 item. So now I've got 2 pieces here. I'm going to change these colors because I do not like this at all. Just so it's not like, all right, so let's go like that. So I've got the number 10 now. And now I'm going to select my second offset and I'm going to do another offset with that one. And I'm going to make it just about like that's a good size. Okay, so now I've got 3 shapes. And now this is going to be the basis for my whole project. Some of my numbers are going to have just the 1, 0 and the first offset, and some of them are going to have the 2 offsets, depending on where they're going to go. I'm going to cut off a whole bunch of these in different sizes and different colors on my Cricut so that I can put them all over my house, as well as make a number curtain. So I'm going to duplicate these and I'm going to have most of them be about 3 inches in height or larger. So you'll notice this one here is only 1 inch and a bit. So I'm going to start off my main height as 3 inches. Well, not 32, just 3. And that's going to be the basis for this. And I'm going to make a whole bunch of these and I'm going to cut them all out. So I will get this cut out on my Cricut and I will meet you at my workstation in a moment. I want to quickly just go over with you what I did to help me cut these out faster. So what I did was I actually went over to my shapes and I created a square, or I should say a rectangle, and I made a few of them. I made one that was an 8.5 by 11. So change these to 8.5 by 11. No, I'm going to try that again. I go 8.5 by 11. And this is the size of most of my cardstock that I have. And what I did was I put this to the back. So I arranged this, I send this to back. Send it to back. And I arranged my numbers on the sheets so that they would fit as well as possible on one sheet. So for this size here, I think this was the size 4, size 5, number 10s that I made. I fit 2 full sets onto this, and whoops, and then I'm just gonna undo that. And then I did the same thing like with these 10s here. These are my 3-inch 10s. And so I placed them all into the space. And then once I had them all nicely aligned, I'm going to move this away. And what I did then was I selected all of my number 10s that fit in this 8.5 by 11 sheet, and I attached them together. So right now they're attached already. So I just hit attach button here. And then I had this. And I did the same thing for all of the different sizes that I had. And so over here on this side of the screen, I've got, whoops, I did the same thing here with this one and on all these, on this section over here. So what I did then, I made a 12 by 12 sheet here. And I'm going to send this to back again. And I set all of my 10s, and this again is the 3-inch size, but I've got them all set for different sizes here so that I can maximize my paper space, because if I don't do this, the same thing here on the 12s. So depending on what size of cardstock that you're going to use, you can do this with either 12 by 12 or 8.5 by 11 that I have here. Now, if I didn't do this and I had like these all these ones here, for example, and I'm just going to change the color so that we can easily find them. I'm going to change it to this brown color, and I'm going to detach this. So now I've got all these brown pieces here. If I select make it, okay, this guy. If I select make it, and I look for my brown sheet, you're going to notice what it's done is it's actually got my brown on 2 pieces of paper. Right now, if Cricut had thought a little bit, it would have moved this one like into this spot here. But this way, I've got them all pre-cut, pre-assembled on a sheet the way that they will fit nicely. And also, I can sort of maximize how much paper I use and avoid sort of any waste. The nice thing also is if I do it this way and my Cricut crashes on me, I don't need to worry about figuring out where I was. I can just start at a whole new sheet and I can carry on. Because if I were to have duplicated all of these, 100 times for 100 numbers, there would have been a lot of opportunity for Cricut to crash on me. Because how do I know this? This actually happened to me, because before I set them all up like this, I did just make a bunch of duplicates and hope that it would cut it out without crashing, and it didn't. So this is a quick way to get this to work nicely for you, and then you've got all these nicely attached together, and they're going to cut out on this perfect piece of paper here for you. So I've got those now again all connected, and if I look for my brown sheet, there's my brown sheet with everything fitting on one piece of paper. And then just remember, even though this is a 12 by 12 sheet, you have a little bit less space. So when you're arranging it on your sheet, you want to just make sure you have a little bit of space around the edges. You could even go as far as to make your outline here for this 11.5 by 11.5 instead of 12 by 12. So I cut out a bunch of different colors of the 10s in different sizes, and then on my workstation, I just placed them in different spots, and I color coordinated and matched different colors so that each number 10 would have 3 different colors on it. I used a whole lot of paper, so I ended up with a lot of variety of different colors. And then for those of us who like to accumulate lots of garbage, here's a picture of the pile of leftover paper that I had after I finished all the cutting. So I've cut out and glued a whole lot of ones in different shapes and with different colors and sizes so that I've got them for all over my house for my kids. And they're just random colors and papers and sizes and everything that I could sort of figure out that I can make to have the number 10. And what I'm going to do next is I'm going to keep a few aside that are just going to be taped onto the wall, but a bunch of these are going to be put into curtains so that they kind of cover up like doorways and stuff. So I'm just going to attach some ribbon on the back, and I'm going to do like a string, and I'm just going to show you quickly how to do that. And I'm going to do a bunch of different strings for these, so I've got a whole bunch of curtains for my kids to walk through on their birthday. So for this next part, I'm going to use a whole bunch of different random colors of ribbon because I have a lot of ribbon, and I'm going to use a lot of these numbers. And each doorway is about 7 feet high at my house, so I need to make sure that I'm using about 7 feet of ribbon per curtain strand. And the reason for this is that I want to have a little bit of extra space above the door, and I want it to kind of float down. So what I'm going to do, this one's not tangled up, so I'm going to use this one here instead. I'm going to count out 7 feet, and then I'm going to start to glue on each of my numbers. And I'm going to sort of glue them maybe half a foot apart from each other so that there's a whole bunch of them. And I'm going to use my hot glue on this instead of just regular glue because this dries and holds better than just my crafting glue when it comes to ribbon and paper. Now these don't need to be perfectly sized. They just need to have a little bit of space on them so that I've got enough room to hang it. And at the top of each strand, I want to leave a little bit of slack so that I can either tape the individual pieces onto the wall above the door frame, or I can attach them to each other as one strand on another horizontal piece of ribbon. So I'm going to leave about a foot of ribbon above the top, and then I'm going to start gluing these down. Now I have a whole lot of these, so I'm just going to randomly pick colors and different combinations so that it looks nice and festive. And I'm just gonna glue at the back here once my hot glue is warm, and we'll go from there. So I'm quickly just gonna dab a little bit of glue on the back, and then I'm going to place my ribbon on top. And I'm going to do this for a whole lot of these. So I'm just gonna fast forward through this because nobody wants to watch this boring event. But I'm gonna do this for a whole bunch of 10s, and I'll see you in a moment. Oh, and you wanna make sure that you're putting them on all in the same direction so that the 10s aren't upside down. Once I finished gluing all of my curtain strands together, I attached them to doorways around the house. I also put them onto my existing curtains and anywhere in the house that I could add the decorations to make it a festive birthday party. I've got them displayed here on a white backdrop because it's easier to see, but you can place them anywhere in your house. I also cut out a whole bunch of just loose number 10s and taped them all over the walls in my house. Again, I placed them on a white backdrop here so that you could see them better, but you can either have them on a white backdrop so that you can take a picture with your kids, or you can place them all over the walls of your house. I had enough of these number 10s so that they were everywhere all over the house, and the kids had a great time finding them and enjoying the decorations for their birthday. And there you have it. You've successfully completed making your birthday wall decorations. The cool thing about these decorations is that you can put them up anywhere in your house. You can either tape them to the walls or tape them to doorways. They work great and the kids love them. I hope you've enjoyed this craft as much as I have. Don't forget to leave a comment below if you've tried this out or if you have any suggestions on how to make this better. Thanks so much for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Happy crafting!